So we are at the last part inside network services part 2. We are at the last part. After this, we are starting a new module, which I am very excited to do. I presume this will be a very excited room also. So let's get going, boys. Task number 10, exploiting MySQL. What do we know? Let's take a sanity check before moving on to try and exploit the database fully and gain more sensitive information than just database names. We know MySQL server credentials, the version of MySQL running, the number of databases and their names. Yes, we know that. Key terminology. In order to understand the exploits we're going to use next, we need to understand the key few terms. Schema. In MySQL, physically a schema is synonymous with a database. You can substitute the word schema instead of database in MySQL SQL syntax. For example, using create schema instead of create database. It's important to understand this relationship because some other database products draw a distinction. For example, in Oracle database product, the schema represents only a part of a database, the tables, and other objects owned by a single user. Pretty interesting difference. Hashes. Hashes are very simply the product of a cryptographic algorithm to turn a variable length input into a fixed length output. Right, so a hash, which we will see, is a cryptographic algorithm, right? It's part of cryptography, and its job is to transform a variable input, right? Which means a input that is not fixed in length into a fixed length. In MySQL, hashes can be used in different ways. For instance, to index data into a hash table. Each hash has a unique ID that serves as a pointer to the original data. This creates an index that is significantly smaller than the original data, allowing the values to be searched and accessed more efficiently. However, the data we're going to be extracting are password hashes, which are simply a way of storing passwords, not in plain text. Very simple. This is basically the go-to way to storing passwords inside a database. Just hash them, right? Not to be clear text. Let's get cracking. Answer the questions below. First, let's search for and select the MySQL schema dump module. What's the module full name? I see that it loves Metasploit. I'll say schema dump. Boom. We have auxiliary for MySQL, Postgres. We need the second one. Body ID, it's 1. So we say use 1. We paste here the full name. Great, now you've done this a few times by now, so I'll let you take it from here. Set the relevant options, run the exploit. What's the name of the last table that gets dumped? All right, let's go over here. We say options to see what we need. We need to display results, yes. We need a password, we need an rhost or a target host, and we need a username. We say set username. Wait a second. I say set username to root. Set password to password. Pretty original there. Set rhost. Actually, let's say gset rhost to, let's go over here. Let's copy the ID and paste it over here. I think it's set G. Is set G. Yes. We say options again. We should have everything in place. The port is right. One thread is all right. We have username and password. We have the target IP. And now everything is in place. We say run. We are okay with this. Let's see what do we get in there. Okie dokie. We have columns. We have table name. This is the last table name. A lot of. All right, let's go back and see. We have again tables and they're relevant. All right, we can get lost in there. Let's just continue. Awesome. You have now dumped the tables and column names of the whole database, but we can do one better. Search for and select hash them. Hash them. All right, let's say search. Actually, let's say back. Let's simplify. Let me see. This works? Yes, works clear. All right, we say here search. It's better if it's not crowded. We say hash dump. Let's search for this. Obviously, we have more results. We have for Oracle, Crack, Postgres, MySQL local. All right, LDAP. And we are looking for. We are looking for number 7. You have to pay attention to MySQL, MySQL, different things. All right. Again, I'll let you take it from here. All right, then we use number 7. Use number 7. We make sure that it's MySQL. We go for an options. As you can see by using set G, our host is already there, right? We should probably use also for username and passwords, but we are cool. Set username for root and set password for password. I want to actually input it manually for username and password because we can try different things. Okay, making sure that everything is fine. Target IP is there. Password for password, username for root for username, threads, port. We're good to go. And we boom. We run it. Oh, there you go. Hashes. I like hashes. Again, I'll let you take it from here. All right, set the relevant options around deploy. What non-default user stands out to you? All right, so Carl is not a default user, if you know what I mean. Carl might be our entrance. Another user, and we have their password hash. This could be very interesting. Copy the hash string in full. Like here we have the example, username, column, up star, hash, to a text file on a local machine called hash.txt. What is the user hash combination string? All right, we go over here. We'll take it from here, Carl. We take it from here and let's go over here. We just paste it like it there. Now we need to crack the password. Let's try John the Reaper against it using John hash txt. What is the password of the user we found? Awesome. So we are introduced to a new tool that in this case we are using it to crack a hash. All right. Let's see. We have John. We go for a John help. And you can check all its switches, what they do, the full version of them, and so on. At the top, you can also see the homepage and some relevant information. How to use John, obviously. But let's go down here and say as they want John and then hash.txt. Boom. We found it. Pretty fast. Boom. All right, awesome. Password reuse is not only extremely dangerous, but extremely common. What are the chances that this user has reused their password for a different service? What's the contents of MySQL.txt? All right, you know, what other service Then SSH we can use. Let's see what we can do in here if this user used the same password for another service, like SSH, Doji. Oh wow, we have it. We have it, and also we have MySQL txt. And we say cat mysql.txt. Congratulations, you got a MySQL flag. Amazing. Pretty cool little lab. Introduced us to another tool. We played a bit with John Reaper. We learned a bit about hashes, right? We played a bit with them. We jumped inside SQL. We used the new we used also MSF console a bit more with new modules. And yeah, just a beautiful lab right here. Let's exit from here. All right, and further learning, I guess we'll see tomorrow what's up with this. Even though you saw it already. All right, so see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.